Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of the first episode of Cosplay Corner. If you missed part 1, make sure to click the on-screen annotation or the link in the description down below. Without any further ado, let's jump back in.
Ever since I did start cosplaying about in 2012, I started following these people on YouTube, and you may know them as Mango Cyrene and Cartoon and Solo Grayson. So these are the main three people I follow. The most I follow is probably Mango Cyrene, and I've always loved looking at her vlogs and that fact that she takes so much time to make these costumes and bring these characters to life. She's definitely really a huge inspiration for me, especially when she vlogs and shows me how an East Coast con looks. It's always really exciting to see when she posts something new, just so I can just look through them or listen to what she's doing as I sew and get motivated for a new con or new costume and stuff like that.
I really look up to Mango Cyrene. She was kind of the one person who and was like, made me feel that I could cosplay, even if I couldn't really have a sewing machine, or even if I did like hot glue my seams. And it just she made cosplaying sound so fun and so like much like a family and so interactive and really amazing. Also, the whole Innermind Theater team and all of them just kind of got me into cosplay and got me into anime, and I really look up to them.
Anthony Messiano, the Joker cosplayer, is one of my absolute favorites. Trevor Olson is another one. He's another Joker cosplayer. He does both classic animated series Joker. He also does the new Pt.2 Joker. Both are amazing. One of them is really goofy. One of them is utterly terrifying. On Tumblr, Mischief Prince of Parties. He's a Loki cosplayer. Looks briefly like Tom Hiddleston. One of his friends, Captain Rogers on Instagram. She's a Black Widow cosplayer. Silhouette Cosplay is one that I absolutely adore. She does Loki, she does Black Widow, she does Mary from Sherlock, she does Zuko. She's actually someone who probably inspired me to start cosplaying once I got the idea in my head. These guys are just so brilliant. Their costumes are perfect. Their character, their pictures, they do their job very well.
I think she goes by Vader Wolf Fans My Account or something. She's a larger person, and I love how she's able to make her characters just perfect, and she doesn't worry about what others are going to think about her. And I also look up to her friend Twin Foals, who is another great cosplayer. His girlfriend Vader Wolf is also another one that I really look up to. I love all of their cosplay, especially when they like group cosplay together.
Kaname and Reika from Japan, because I don't think in cosplay community there is a single person who doesn't look up to them. They are just like the stars in this cosplay sky. But if I have to say like one person specifically that's important to me, I would say Seibai from Finland too, and she was the first one I ever started fangirling for. I kind of found her from World Cosplay when I started 3 years ago. I literally fangirled over her like crazy. And it was awkward when I met her in real person. It was really awkward at first. I just happened to join the same cosplay group, and then I realized, oh, that's Seibai. It was, for the first 2 months it was really awkward, but then I started to get over it, and we're just friends.
I actually don't spend my time searching up cosplayers. I don't look at them. I don't do anything. My own motivator is myself. So myself, I guess.
I do a bit of both. This one, let me just, this one I bought, throwing in a few of my own pieces, and I made this kind of under thing, because the one they sent me, which is around here somewhere, here it is, it's pink. So I didn't really like the pink, so I found some cloth and I made my own, and I think it looks a lot more authentic.
I actually make most of my cosplays mostly because of budgeting reasons. My parents won't let me buy an actual cosplay, but if I buy like $20 or $30 worth of fabric and then put like 40 or 50 hours into making a cosplay, they see that, hey, they're getting their money's worth because I'm so entertained by it, and they're actually okay with me using cosplay in that way, like not as a money waste as they see it. So I make most of my cosplays because of that, and just because I like making stuff and it's really fun to me.
I don't buy my cosplays. I do try to find cheap ways to take, like, for me to do my costumes. I love sewing, but sewing costumes is such a pain in the butt sometimes. It's just like I just want to dress up, I just want to be this character. I would probably look for things that I can modify, but if I really can't modify these clothes or I can't find any of it, I definitely would make it from scratch.
I've never bought a cosplay, so I don't know how it really feels like, but for me making the cosplay is it's the great adventure in cosplay. I think that's the most important part for me, to making the process, the challenges that it gives me and those kind of things.
I don't technically buy them. I more go to thrift stores and buy pieces that resemble the cosplay look and maybe alter them. The only cosplay I've actually technically made is my latest one, God Tier Jade Harley, and that was only a few pieces.
I have done both. I prefer to make them, but the second, main well-done cosplay I've done is Gumi from Awesome Wonderful Cat's Life. I actually hate that cosplay now because when I bought it, the company actually got the sizes wrong. So I had to alter it a lot to get it to fit me correctly. So I'm not really too fond of it, and I prefer to make my cosplays now, pull different aspects from other things, such as my HRE, which is my Holy Roman Empire, which I've gotten a lot more, I guess, hype about in some of the cosplay community. I actually already had a big wool coat that was my granny's, and I altered it to make it my HRE coat. It's so hot, and I have a horrible story that goes with it, but might be for another time.
I see myself potentially cosplaying in 10 years, and 10 years I'll be 26. I could cosplay when I'm 26, but definitely in the next 5 years I will be cosplaying. 10, I'll probably still be cosplaying, maybe not as hardcore as right now, but I will dress up as fictional characters.
I honestly can't see myself ever not cosplaying. It's something I absolutely love. Halloween has always been a favorite holiday of mine, so even if time doesn't allow me to go to conventions or just cosplay for fun, I will always go all out for Halloween. This is one of the things that I absolutely adore.
I feel like I will be cosplaying in 10 years just because I love it so much. They're not going to be the exact same kind of characters, I would think, because I guess I do more cutesy-ish characters now. I feel like once I'm able to have more money, I'll be able to do the stuff that I'm wanting to do, more prosthetics and kind of stuff like that. I feel like I will be doing cosplay 10 years from now. It's just going to be a different kind.
Yeah, I don't really see why I wouldn't be cosplaying in the future, because it's something I really love to do. I don't think I'm gonna change as much as a person that I would stop loving cosplaying. Of course, if the community changes so much that I start to hate it, then, but I can't see that happening because cosplay is just a big part of my life.
I really don't know, actually. I would like to think so, but considering I'll be 26, I'm not entirely sure, since I will probably have a job that I can do, but maybe, who knows.
I can't really see myself cosplaying in 10 years. I'm gonna be 31, so at that point, I'm hoping that I would have the job that I really desire to have, which is social work. I believe with 100% with all my heart that I need to put all my time into those kids. Cosplaying and doing all this stuff is really fun, and making it is really fun, but it does take a lot of time, it takes a lot of money. I don't really see myself doing it in 10 years just because of all the time it takes, and doing the work I would do, it would take so much time out of my day already. Time that I do have, I would rather spend with family. And basically I would probably be going to cons, but going to cosplay when I'm 31, I really highly doubt it, unfortunately.
Probably Asagil Reika from Calling, because she was my second, third, fourth cosplay, but one of the first ones. And I made her in school craft classes. And everyone else in the whole class didn't care shit about crafts. They were like, well, I'm gonna make these bed sheets, but I don't know how. And I was making Reiko's costume, and my teacher was so hyped up about it that she helped me a lot. Like, she got so excited when I was like, how do you make these frills? Or how do you dye this fabric? Or how do you do this? And she got so excited. I loved her way of teaching me, and I learned a lot from that costume. Actually, nothing went wrong with it. That's pretty rare for a cosplay.
My favorite would have to be regular Jade Harley, for the pure fact that she's just really fun and I feel more like her than anyone. And I just love this cute little lunchbox. It's the cutest thing I've ever bought, actually.
I think that my Holy Roman Empire was definitely my favorite cosplay. It's probably because I get to do it with my best friend, because she cosplays Civitalia and they're kind of a couple. I just really love being able to cosplay with her and to have fun with her. We can do quote-unquote shippy kind of things, but in like a cutesy way. It doesn't feel awkward, and I love being able to cosplay with my best friend.
I'm gonna have to go with the Victorian TARDIS. It took a lot of work and a little bit of blood on my part, but I made a full-blown corset for this Victorian TARDIS costume. I found a headband that I added in, so I've got the light thing on my head. You know, full 2-layer skirt, little jacket with a helmet. Not a helmet, that's a hood. The hood. You know, it took a lot of work, and it's not done yet. I still have to get a few pieces, but it's been the most work, and I think it's been the most worth it.
So my favorite cosplay project so far has been obviously like what I'm wearing right now. It's Scarlet Witch. Just because her costume is so simple and so modern day, it didn't have me like lingering and being frustrated. The fact that this project was so easy makes me really happy, and the fact that it wasn't a bank or budget breaker, that was one of the greatest things in the world too.
Probably my favorite cosplay project so far has been Majolica from Okami-san and her 7 companions. Not so much because of the costume, but because of how much I've improved on the costume. If you look at some of my first costumes, they're really sewn together and kind of just really ragtag, but this costume I've actually like ironed my seams and pressed stuff, and I sewed and I hemmed stuff. And it's kind of a really big accomplishment for myself to see that I'm actually making like a high quality product, something that I didn't think I'd ever do before.
What is cosplay? Oh, the big questions.
Cosplay, to me, by definition, is costume play. You dress up as a character and you play in it. That's what it is to me, and I think that that's what it should be to everyone, and that it shouldn't be some sport that we're all trying to be the best at. Obviously, you should try and be really good at what you do, but I mean, we shouldn't downgrade other people for it.
Cosplay is a hobby, it's a family, it's a way of life, honestly, but it's, most of all, it's so much fun. It's just a fun way to express yourself and to be yourself, something you can't always do through other things.
Cosplay to me is a way of expression. It's a way to show off all your hard work, to find people that have a similar interest. It's more than just a hobby, it's a, I don't really know a word for that, but it is amazing, is what it is.
Cosplay is honestly for fun. It's something you do, something you have fun with, and something people enjoy doing. It's just bringing characters to life.
Cosplay is just bringing a character to life and having fun, dressing up like something that you're not able to be in your normal life. You're able to become a character that you love or not so love, depending on what you want to do. I think it's mainly bringing characters to life.
Cosplay for me is a very dear hobby. I wouldn't say my life goes around cosplay, but it's something really important to me. Like, it's on the same line in my priorities that acting or theater, and that's a lot taking that I study in a high school for self-expressing and performing arts. So it's pretty high in my priorities in life, but not the top ones. So for me it's a hobby, but it's a hobby that I take pretty seriously. It is just making a character come alive, and that's about it.
thank you all for watching the first episode of Cosplay Corner. We have a lot more in store for you guys, including convention stories, cosplay discussions, dancing, and much, much more. In the meantime, make sure to like the video, share the video with a friend, subscribe to the channel so you can keep up with all your cosplay needs. Follow us on all our social media. Make sure to check out the full-length interviews by clicking the on-screen annotations or by checking out the description down below. With that said, I hope you guys all have a fantastic day, and remember, cosplay is always around the corner. My name is Kenrikas100, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Peace.